Sorry, I'm just trying to find something super quick. Does anyone know? Might as well ping the old Discord. Where the hell is it? Oop, there it is. Okay. Alright. Alright. Oh, that's also useful. Oh, I haven't done an analysis in a while. Which is why I wasn't like snap on it today, because I'm not used to doing it for the past 2 weeks. Here we go. Swords, glider. If we have time. Only if we have time. Because I think Salesman also wanted me to analyze his match against me. Just for chip and stuff. Alright, let's start with this. Blah. So it was Carlos versus Nice Head. So I think Carlos, I'm pretty sure Carlos won this, so yeah, Carlos did win this, so I'm gonna maybe look at this from Ed's perspective. Ooh, that also might be useful. No, not that. Just look. Where's Mr. Kai? There he is. Alright, so first of all, yeah, no, that won't work. Let's go back. So in general in this matchup, Millia wants to get in, gets a knockdown, do mix-ups. Kai kind of wants to control space kind of get Milia locked down a bit, blocking, and then he can kind of get a lockdown into the Oki. So a lot of good tools here. Like, good tools in my opinion would be stuff like anti-airing's a bit risky, but I think like jump back H is pretty good as a Kai, just for trying to deal with Milia. So that was a bit unsafe. That probably needed to go. I don't know how late you can cancel that, but I feel like that should have gone to stun edge just to be safe. Pretty sure that is minus. Hair car. Hair car. Hair car. Yeah, that's science itself. Now let's look at a punish real quick. So I think there's like an easy punish for that.
Kai versus Milia. Get ready to rock.
That's right. Swap my guns around. That's all you can get at that range. Don't think you can 3H that if you IB that. You do that in normal. If you IB, you can do it. You can punch it like that. But the best punish is that. So we got that. We got that out of the way. Just keep it simple. Go for a stun div and punish every time that happens. Because unless the disc covers her, it's a punish. That's -6. If she doesn't cancel that, she really should cancel that into something. So what can you do? I think as much you can do, unless it's like really close and you can go into like a 5k or a jab range. Yeah, nothing. Everything's too slow. Maybe 2D. Not even 2D. Yeah, the only thing I can recommend is like IBing that. That's a way to punish 6H. Because if you punish that, pretty sure. I'll just show it quickly. Pretty sure if you IB that, like, you can get easy punish. Try to do it at further range. I don't know. You have to be kind of close. see something like that being a punish. Depends on range, but I being that would make it easier. And there's not like she can. She could go into immediate loan to hire car, but that's like, that's, you know, that's risky as hell. You generally, she's doing stuff like that. You should try to easily be able to get a knockdown off that. Alright, so this, first of all, neutral jump K, neutral jump H here. Yeah, don't fireball. Just come down with jump H. Jump H is a really good button for just coming down with. That's throwable. Like that, if there's one thing that new players should learn to do is in these situations like this is to learn how to throw. Like here, this is throw. No matter, it's instant. As soon as you see that, like if they whiff a normal or something, or if they get in a situation like this, try to learn to throw, because that just is super powerful, super important. Okay, so that 2K, 2S, I mean, that's the start of a string, but after 2S, you could do a lot more stuff. Like after 2S, you could do 6K or 6H, or you could do 5H. Just something, because that was a very, not the best string. Stick throw. This is throwable, definitely. I even think she did it a bit too slowly. Like unless after this throw, if she hasn't started throwing down the disc now while dashing, then as soon as you get up, like you can throw this immediately. She can't do anything. Also, this range, like that's -6. That should be easy 5k 2D knockdown. Just getting frame trapped. This is Carlos's only mix up. Just jump is 5D, so you're just gonna be aware of that. STP. I would have liked to have seen an RC though, just to keep it safe. If you didn't RC that, then it's an okay trade, I guess. So I feel like whiffing fireballs on the ground. I don't know, against Amelia, like you really don't want to whiff fireballs or fast slashes. You can whiff like something like 2S. 2S is not a bad normal to whiff. Or like a jump back, jump H. Just stuff that's like a lot safer, harder to punish, less recovery, still effective at shutting down them dashing in or air dashing in at you. Just stuff like that would be a lot better than throwing fireballs. You also jump back fireballs is pretty good, as long as you use it properly, because she can like dash under it or something. Yeah, like this fireball here, it wasn't cancelled in anything. Okay, I beat that as well. So that's immediate throw. If Amelia doesn't cancel on a pin from this range, from a jump H, and especially since I beat it, you could have easily thrown that. Easily throws you, like before she even gets a 2k out or anything out. You just throw it. That's a good poke in a 2S there. I just think like you should whiff cancel the 2S, maybe the best thing to do. So if you every time you do 2S, cancel it into something, because if it hits, then you'll be able to cancel it into something safe. If you can't, then you know it doesn't come out. So 2S and a 5H or 2S and a fireball would be good here. Yeah, they need to be close /2H DP. Too close for that. Yeah, still a bit too many fireballs. These are really risky. that fast slash just gets destroyed. Overhead. 5D. It's an okay burst. Don't really need to RC that. As soon as you get there, I think that was an accident, but you don't really need to RC that. A 6H is going to make you plus anyways. So me doesn't have a pin here. YSC, so you gotta kind of hold this. Good that you defended the pin. Oof, get caught by that though. Yeah, you can't. It kind of just showing that you can't exactly with punish that with fast slash 3H. It's a bit too hard. It's nice there. If you get a bit too happy with fast slash 3H as like a long range poke confirm, it's not the best. You need to be a bit more spacing dependent. It's a good 2H. I would have tried to have jump cancel that if possible. It'd be hard, but it's the goal there. Backdash, pressure. A 2S went into a 2H. Like I said, I think that's not the best button to go into. 2S into like 5H or 6H is a lot better. 6K. What happened here? That was an OTJC. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Ugh, just a bit too low for that. Go for the 5D. Just gotta be aware of it. Just gotta reaction block it. It's a good DP. I feel like going a bit into close slash there, even though it's the best thing to do. You're already pretty plus because of the way I see. I mean, you're probably just trying to lock her down in case she jumps away, so it's not a bad idea. But then you could have gone like close slash jump cancel into something, or close slash 2D jump cancel, or just gone to more extended pressure instead of letting it finish like that. It's a good burst. Fireball. Gotta block that. Yeah, just too much mileage off that. Getting a 6H like that from a normal melee is like really big. It's like it's pretty. They'll be able to get Oki off it. They'll be able to get disc Oki off it. Oh, is that happen? Yeah, all this. You're FDing to push her out, but you're not really like poking. Yeah, there. 2S. 2S and a 5 would have been fine. You just get hit by overheads over and over, so you're not able to use the space you create with FD. Because she just dashes back in and does 6H. Ugh, just a bit too slow on that. Nice block there, so that's good stuff. You win a 2H though. So yeah, it's gonna whiff. Just go 5k, what was it? 5k 2S into, you know, a box stream. Jimmy, just. Gotta let them know they're reviewing their match. Maybe they'll rock up. In the meantime, there was this music. It's so bad. It's not a good one. Copyright free, so I don't get destroyed. So that feels like I've used that so many times. Try somebody. Whatever. The hunting horn. I don't even know what that is. Bit too loud. Ditch again. I'm gonna kind of look at this from Carlos's perspective as well, because I feel like there's a lot of missed opportunities. Yeah, but again, I think you're gonna punish that. Yeah, you could just come down with jump H. Probably take your turn off that. You get out of the corner, so it's not a bad thing. But you're gonna get with 6H again. Frame trap. Trying to get fancy with the combos. Wasting pin. I wouldn't mind seeing, like, trying to take your turn back here. Like, you do have a lot of meter. You're really scared to press a button, though. Like, a fireball YRC wouldn't be a bad thing, because you can't exactly get through it that easily. It's good. Yep, if you DP that, that would have been solid damage. Yeah, if you came down jump H, that's all you need to be blocking that. I don't know what you were doing there. That wasn't a counted either, you just went blocking in the air. Just come down jump H to cover yourself is a good idea. It's a nice poke out. Hit the wrong fireball though. That was gonna not be a combo very easily. That was an OS. I feel like that was a great serve. He accidentally did a stun dipper. Just kind of lucky there. Although you did it way too slow. You did this. You should have just done it immediately after that stun dipper. This H fireball. I think Carlos should have just done an IAD immediately. Would have worked. Once again, going into 2H. Just go 5. I think at this range is going to 5H or fast slash stun dipper would just work instead of going to 2H. But it's going to be the same song over and over again. It is. Oh god. So I think you didn't really need to RC that pin. You could just dashed it and followed it up. I mean, I guess you're trying to do tricky mix-ups, but good trade. You could have followed it up with a close slash 2H to catch the counter hit trade. Nice smash out though. Probably should be mashing out with like 2P though, a faster button instead of 2K. a knockdown. I think that was close enough to be in a knockdown. Like 2k close / 2D. I think you're close enough for that. Do it again. So you're out, I guess, but the mid is just running in like way too much. It's DP. It's good to see. You didn't combo, but that's good to see from Carlos using his meter to get a knockdown here. Forced to use the burst, that's fine. You need to follow that up. You need to follow that up as well. Just pick it up with close / 2H to an air combo. Air series. Nice. Need to pick that up as well. That's so much damage off the table. Yeah, that's why hitting is a bit hard against Amelia. So I'm gonna quickly breeze through this. Carlos's perspective, because I'm pretty sure he was also quite new and wants some advice. So, if I had to summarize both players, I feel like Nysad needs to capitalize on his confirms. He needs to be going in whenever he gets like gets the meter locked down to a block string. He needs to be going from like close / or 2/ into 6H or 6k. Or he was doing 5/ 3H, which is fine, but saving that for pressure is better. And then just cancelling that into a stun edge to keep it safe is also a good idea. Neutral jump or jumping back jump H is a very good tool for controlling space. So that's a good thing you want to be using. I can't say too much about your offense right now, apart from just having better block strings, but you'd want to eventually add in from your Oki. You'll get stuff down with your Oki, but just make sure you're always going to your Oki. But with block strings, you'll eventually want to start adding in like tick throws or maybe a random dust in there. Wouldn't hurt. But before all that, you're probably going to want to confirm into every knockdown you can into Oki to get your grinder Oki, because unfortunately you weren't having any of that. I guess in this matchup, just limiting certain normal usage, so stuff like fast slash, fireballs, you know, these big long pokes that have a lot of recovery. Like, yeah, they have to hit. They have to be forced to block, or they have to hit for them to be useful. Or else you're just whiffing buttons. Like, that's why 2/ and jump H is a lot better at just controlling the Amelia. And trying to do anti-air 2H is, while it's good against a lot of characters, it's not the best against melee with pin, because she'll just throw the pin out or counter hit you and she'll get combo. What else? Poking out 2p, confirming that into a block string is a good thing, is something you should be doing. Trying to get a knockdown from like just poking out. So if you mash out, do something like 2p, 2p, 2s, 2d, or 2p, 2p, 2d or something, you know? 2p, 2p, 2d grinder. So that's 2, 3, 6d, just to get a knockdown. Like, you don't have to go for a big combo, but just getting some sort of knockdown is important. Trying to, just blocking the 6Hs is something that you should try to get better at. It's hard to take your turn after the 6H because it is a bit safe. It isn't, like at those ranges that Carlos was using them, it was a bit hard for you to poke out and try to take your turn back. So he's going to be aware of whipping a fast slash and then it gets backdashed or something. And see IB, you're probably not going to get a punish. So just resetting back, taking that chance to reset back to neutral, maybe to dash up and do something would be better than trying to throw a poke. What else? Your air is just like confirming off your air combos. Make sure any type of counter hit you get, try to confirm that into a combo. for the air. I think I remember too much else. In general, for most characters in this game, it's just about... Oh yeah, also throws. Make sure you're working on the throws in those specific situations I mentioned, or just in situations where both players are like really close to each other. Because a throw is always going to be normal, and if they do like something like a really high jump H and you block it, especially an insta block, you can just throw them when they land. It'll be really easy. It's a really good defensive tool. And also when you're using FD, make sure you're able to, you know, capitalize on the space advantage, so you can maybe punish it with normal or with special move, or you can just jump out and create some space with jump H, stuff like that. Now for Carlos, he was using 6H a lot, but I feel like it kills his momentum. Like if it's used in neutral, like this is not a bad thing technically, but he is going to be negative, and if it gets IB'd, it could be punished. So it's, you know, it's not the best. Most of the time, it's just going to be the other player taking their turn. Make sure after you get like a throw, make sure you're spacing your knockdowns correctly so you don't get thrown, because that's throwable right now. It's too slow. That's throwable. Also, yeah, you can throw a lot of 5Ds, but there's a bit too many 5Ds. Tick throws are a lot better, in my opinion. They're harder to react to, and they still give the same reward, which is a throw. They give the same reward, which is the disco key. Make sure you're setting that up as well. I think your normal usage was kind of fine. Just maybe a bit like a situation like this, like using 6H here, a fast slash would be better. So maybe limiting 6H a bit, and maybe using it more as like a frame trap, or when you've got them locked down, like 5k 6H, you know. So it wouldn't hurt to cancel, like 6k is also a good kind of tool. Like you have good tools for getting knockdowns off highs as well. So you don't always have to resort to jump D, 5D. Like that 6H 5D, you don't have to resort to them as much. Like you can easily get a knockdown from a bad moon, or the flip kick from 6k. You can get a combo off the 6k as well, especially in the corner. So you don't have to be as reliant on 6H and 5D. Apart from that pin usage, I feel like you should be using pins a lot. Like there are a lot better ways to use pins. Like you're using them for knockdowns a lot, but I think from what I was seeing, you would need to use it if you, as soon as you like jump in, or like especially air dash in. Like if you air dash a bit too high, you'll air dash, jump H, and then pin. And then after you pin. Ooh, AKA's devs. Yeah, as soon as you like do a jump H and you throw a pin, you'll be able to combo off that without a close slash 2D. Get your disco key like that. And that's you don't really need to RC that, to be honest. Like if you do 6k into disc here, then you'll be -1. You'll be safe. It's hard to punish unless they IB and throw. That's not much there. Just to kind of understand. Ooh, yeah, it's a good RC there. Just keep yourself safe. Snowcake mix up a bit. I think they should have gone like 2k close slash 2D there instead of just smashing a lot of 2ks. Yeah, cheers, Zays. 6k, just a lot more pressure. maybe I'll review you a bit more next week. I'll be some more people that can give you a bit more comparison and advice. So unfortunately, it was only this match, and a lot of stuff that you're doing was working. But I feel like there'd be a lot more you could learn from a slightly more experienced player, and you able to work more on your Oki and just getting your knockdowns. Something like that isn't that bad either, like what you're doing here, which is like pin and then you dash in to do pressure. Just gotta remember to pick up the pin. Also, you should have RC'd that. Let me move on to another match. Swords versus Insane Haze. This is kind of close. Actually, let's switch your losers match. Get Salesman. Oh, Christ. Alright, see how this goes. Alright, so first off, let me just quickly add swords. Lag is that bad? Oh dear. What's up with the music? These swords. Alright, so to start off, that jump H was insanely bad. So as soon as she lands, you should throw that. Because that's way too high. So as soon as they land, you can throw and you'll be kind of safe. Oops. It's good blocking. It's kind of fine. Throw a grenade. Yeah. It's a bit gutsy, but it works out, I guess. Generally, Elfelt doesn't want to dash in point blank as much. She likes to control mid-range and then move in with the normals. Do you have any questions, by the way, Carlos? Because I can answer them before I do this. Same with your swords if you have any questions you want answered. And I can go over them and I can explain them. I'll continue. Yeah, as I was saying, like, I feel like Alpha doesn't really want to dash. She will dash in and do stuff, but she's not the best. Like, she's much better at controlling with like fast slash range, you know. So dashing in like that is a bit odd. You don't see like this. You don't really see Alphas do stuff like this. It's much better for them to, you know, get into just poke from fast slash range and do stuff into to gunshot or into bridle. Or into 2H. 2H is especially really good, because 2H gets you close enough to 2H gets you close enough to do to keep you plus, so you can go into nade and shotgun. Hell, even 6H into shotgun and nades is also very good. So she's really good at those mid ranges, especially when it's counter hit. Like she doesn't really need to dash in that much. Also, her close range buttons aren't like the super best. So I'd already say that's like a bit odd and something you need to work on. Just kind of getting into a mid-range. That's another thing. I don't think Alpha doesn't actually have the best poking, like the best counter poking at close range like this. Like if you're gonna counter poke, you use 2P, yeah. But you should probably respect like someone who's gonna get on top of you, because I just collect counter hit. It's a bit of an odd mash there. Looked a bit laggy as well. if you want to mash, so this is so you will want to poke when you know you have advantage there, yeah. But you're not always going to have advantage. So the best way to make advantage is just do stuff like instant block and FD. So if you really want to jump out or counter poke a lot against strings like this, that's when using FD is really good. Faultless defense. You've only really played Smash? That's fine. I'll quickly explain like how you could get more out of using defensive tools. Like this. Let me just go to Alpha. But I'll explain a few things actually.
Alpha versus Soul. Get ready to rock.
So let's just do a simple. So imagine you're trying to poke. This is what you're kind of trying to do. You're trying to poke it out like this. It's not going to really work. And then if you leave gaps like this, it's going to catch it poking. Stuff like this. You just get cranked up like that, and it's... Yeah, a lot of people can help you out. But yeah, you see how like pressuring like that when you're trying to mash isn't like the best idea? Because I'm mashing 2 paints too fast as bad. So like we could go over the first things first with that Alpha. She doesn't have the best buttons for range and speed. Like I think 5k is pretty good. 2k isn't that good. I wouldn't really poke with it. Not really good either. Like none of these. Pretty bad. So mashing out. So you need to be a little bit smarter than mashing out. So if I do like this is when using FD could be used. Yeah. Is it? FD becomes a lot more useful. Of course, you don't want to like you don't really want to spam it all the time. You kind of because you'll just waste all your meter, and I'll just abuse it by doing stuff like this. I'll chunk it down. I'll chunk it down really hard with the good plus normals. So you don't always want to use your FD. Using it in like situations just to give you breathing space so you can jump out or counter poke is a lot better. In terms of poking or just getting close, so if you get a knockdown, that's what you're going to, your close range. But for a Alpha, she's a lot better at this range, yeah? She's got stuff like this. That's like a knockdown. It's really easy to poke into. And if they're crouching, well, if they're standing or crouching, you can do stuff like this. And there's other advantages to this as well. So just say they're blocking. There's a very strong. This 2H is a really strong Alpha because it moves her forward and it keeps her really plus. So she could do stuff like this. Really move forward. She can do stuff like this. And still keep it at like a really strong range. And the rewards on these on counter hit, if I just show you the rewards on her moves on counter hit, are like super huge. Also in frame traps, so let's just say they block for first hit. Yeah? That's just a simple combo. I'm not the best at alpha combos. There's a lot of damage, and then you're also something like this. Like, look at the range of this. You can do mad damage on this. Well, I'm not the best at guys, but so much. Yeah, there is. I practiced it before. It's like. Something like this. Yeah, something like that. And you're going to like more re-standing and shit. But yeah, I'll even like can't hit here. Like she has so much reward. Can't hit here. This can't hit here. So she has a lot of reward. Yeah. Her. Yeah, you don't. If you're a neutral, her doing this is not the best. She's not the best at doing this. At melee dash. She can, but I wouldn't recommend it. This is like her much better range because she can do something here. She can do a lot of stuff. She can like get huge damage, huge with punishing. And then she'll get big damage combos, and then you'll start to get into the actual rush down. Because let's just say you get a combo, you get the nade, yeah, and you can go. Like that. So she can extend strings like that because she have the nade charged. Or in certain situations, she can throw this. She can throw the nade. She can throw the nade early, and it'll keep them locked down. And then when the nade's locked down, you can do stuff like this. You know? She can actually combo off overhead. Because you could... The only way you can combo off overhead is something like this. You know? Or you could RC that. But if you have nade... Stuff like that. Yeah, and then you might think, oh, so is that all she Russian's got? No, then she's got the dreaded corner pressure. Because this is one frame, this shotgun shot. It's huge reward. So if it's fully charged like this, if it's normal, it's like that. It's a little bit less frame, but it's still pretty good. So getting out of this is really hard because she'll just get back in. And then after she's gotten back in, she'll hit you with the commando, and she'll get like a big commit. She'll get like a huge unburstable damage from that. Something like that. There's like a lot of stuff in it. Yeah, 6 speed. You could do 6 speed into super. That one. I don't even know what the word is. Something like that. But yeah, there's in general the best one. What she's gonna do, she's gonna control the mid range. She's gonna get you knocked down. After she gets you knocked down, she gets her nade out. And she can get a lot of stuff with her nade, just extending pressure or keeping it on the ground. Getting the stuff. Because you can just do it normally and the nade will cover you, stuff like that. And then as soon as you've got them in the corner, you can go for your shotgun stuff. Also, covering, like, nades is also not just reserved for pressure like that. You can use it. You can use it here. You can cover one area and then move in. You know, or you could do something like this. Get time right. Jeez. Something like that. She can cover us up because this is hard. This is minus if on block if they block it. But she can cover herself with nade and she can just create hell because they got to deal with the nade. Sniper rifle out there, you know. She's a plethora of normals which they have to deal with. So that's why immediately trying to do stuff like this is not her forte. Maybe for repressure, sure, but like this is what's scary, doing something like this. Back to the match. Yeah, shotgun instantly blows up nade. It's good that you got a nade out here. I think here, like as soon as you throw a nade, you could immediately like pull out a sniper rifle or something and just snipe the Eno. Just gotta be really careful. You need to RC that. So if you just did a close slash fast slash here, close slash fast slash bridle, so it comboed, when you RC'd it, you'd have got big damage. You probably could have ended the round with that as well. Not just from the combo, but just from the pressure afterwards, the Oki afterwards. Yeah, really early nades, they'll have to block the nade at some points, and then the nade will explode at other points. So you can, you can dash up. You can dash up, go like 5k close slash 6p, or keep them blocking with something, and then go into a 6p. Yeah, don't worry about it being a misinput. It happens. But the nade is really good for like covering you and for confirming off. So like, yeah, you just go block that out. Now you're at a better range. But I feel like as soon as you're at a range like this, when she's got you like this, jumping backwards and pulling out a nade instead of doing it instant air dash in. Like you can instant air dash in. You can be aggressive, but yeah, Don't worry, it's just, I think you're still pretty new, so it's gonna happen a lot. But you don't have to be worried about, like, I feel like Elpha has, like, some good tools. Like, she wants to play at her better ranges, and she wants to play around nade. So, you know, jumping, like, backing off and then pulling out nade is a really good thing. Because then you can use that nade to cover yourself. Yeah. If you did fast slash sharp 5 HE, you would have comboed. And you would have got a knockdown. And you could have pulled out a nade. So doing stuff like that is very good. Of course you can duck under it. So you gotta be kind of careful. So you don't want to autopilot too much, but it is safe at some regards. Yeah, now you're just in the blender. It's a nice little mash out there. Oof. Hit by that, it's fine. Coming out with a normal, that's also fine. Also, Jump K is an okay button, but I feel like Jump S and Jump H are also pretty good. Like, Alpha does have really good air buttons. Like, this is a very good button. This is a very good button. Another button for like controlling the air is this, and you'll learn this eventually. Something like this. It's a bit hard for me to do. This is YRC shot. Yeah, this shot's really good defensively because that when that heart goes, look at this. I'll show you the range. See where it goes? Which is really good defensively. So you could jump back, shot. You could jump back, get a nade, throw it out. But the other good thing about this is it's a good way to get your way in. Let's say they're blocking. This will be something more advanced, so don't worry about this too now. But this is just another idea of like how strong our normals are. Yeah. You want to RC it, you want to YRC it. So maybe at this range.
Negative penalty.
Like that. Just imagine it's sort of blocking, but that just helps you get in pressure with YRC. Also, yeah, you don't always need to, like, you know, you don't always need to be jumping around like mad. You could jump around, pull out nades and stuff like that. But she is pretty good on the ground. She can, like, you know, something like that. That's why FT break is really good. Makes you block instantly. Also, another good tool. Her backdash is when you learn to use her backdash is one of the best in the game. It's really fast, really invincible, really strong.
Negative penalty.
So let's just say another situation you might find yourself in is something like this. Yeah? So this will happen. Okay. Be able to backdash out of stuff. Take your time back. That's just a good idea of something a backdash can do. It's really good neutral. This is another thing that like Johnny does. Good. Fast backdashes can screw up people. Even just backdashing or bake up is really good. Sort of, yeah. But at the same time, Ino can just strike under it and probably punish it at the range that she'll get hit. So it's not like... It's like the punishment for using it incorrectly is also pretty large. So that's a good counter hit, that. That's what you want to be doing. Like a dash up, fast slash. Once you get hit, you get a knockdown. Just gonna make sure you capitalize off knockdowns like this. So I'd immediately dash up. I'd immediately dash up here, do 5k, something like that. 5k close slash. Oof. Yeah. At this height, like you need to be close using close slash for your anti-air because that's your anti-air. Yeah, that's the punishment for doing 5H. It's an Ino who's not blocking it. This is just Ino stuff. You gotta learn to block it. You'll learn some you'll learn some stuff they like to do, and you'll be able to control it more in neutral and learn from that. That's good. You need to capitalize on that though. Oh yeah. So this is Eno specific stuff. This is another use of like 2H. Like 2H is like, because her anti, she doesn't have like a definite anti-air with 6B, because the 6B is like a rare tool. It's not really an anti-air. It has some upper body involved, which is kind of weird. But this is where like some tools can be useful. So you can be like, you know, punish people like this. So just sticking out fast slash against Nina, unless she does stroke, like it'll destroy a hover dash. You can confirm with that. The stuff you can do, yeah. Sorta can do that, I'm gonna try that, it's a bit too risky. What does? Do us work? Do us not work? Depends on you gotta do it kind of early, that's the problem. Because you can do this kind of late. If I do this at the range, it's not as guaranteed. Also, another thing, 2S is a good button, but against like an Eno who can hover dash over it as like a punish, not the best thing. You also need to be careful with like whiffing buttons against an Eno because she can just whiff punish them super easily with chemical lob. Big counter there. Yeah, that's why I feel like going something like you're going into constantly fast slash 2/2s. Like try out doing stuff like fast slash 2H, and then from 2H you can go into shotgun stance, or you can pull out nade. Like I'll just quickly show you something with LFL. So there's this table, and this is what happens when you cancel a normal on block. Or is it on hit? I don't know, it's one of them. This is what happens when you pull out a normal into shotgun. So if you go 2H into shotgun, you'll be +2. Go 6H in a shotgun, you'll be +4. It's a little nade's not as nade's a little bit slower, but still you can pull out a nade and get a nade real quick. So if they're not expecting it, and you can pull out a nade, you'll be able to get an advantage there. Even like fast slash shotgun is still kind of plus. Close slash shotgun is kind of plus. But yeah, I'd use in terms of normals for LFL, like 2S is okay, but 6H is a really good normal. You should try to use 6H more. It's so good on counter hit. You'll cancel into shotgun stance. Yeah, fast slash 5HS is really good. Yeah, if you can get him, 2P is really short range though, so you gotta be careful about that. But yeah, 2S is an okay normal, but I'd use 2H and 6H way more because the reward is so much higher. And it gets you in, it gets you plus, and you can go like fast slash 2H, which moves you forward, and 6H is just a really good tool in normal. Like if you wanted to dash up, like if you want to be aggressive, just dashing up in a mid range and doing a 6H and canceling into shotgun is like so strong. Nah, fast slash 5H bridal isn't the best. Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not exactly a new alpha player. I just haven't seen that as much. I see more like lots of shotgun shots. It's probably because it's like a hit confirm type thing. It's like, hey, you do fast slash. It's like 5k fast slash, yeah. Go 5k fast slash. Then if you go 2H, you probably would have got like you would have been able to continue the combo. Because she's crouching as well. Because it only hits on crouching, but on block, like if they're standing on hit or just blocking in general, it's able to continue pressure, so it's really good. So you need to be careful of getting too close there. I just dash up here 5k 5s instead of 2k 2s. I do 5k 5s fast slash 6h. Also at this range, like experiment with like around not this range, like just a bit further out. Experiment with like using 6h a bit, like in neutral. Around here, like this is when 6H, this range is when I'd say 6H is a little bit better around here, because you can do a dashing 6H and it'll catch on counter hit and it'll do so much. Roll isn't the best thing to do, in my opinion. Roll the shotgun stance. It's a lot better to just go into it. The shotgun manually from 2H and 6H. Yeah, there we go. So look at that. So if you did this 6H here, first of all, you did two things really good here. First of all, you did a backdash, so that's super good because you just made a whiff. So you could have, from here, after that backdash, you could have gone fast slash as a faster normal, and then to 2H, and that might have punished something, or maybe gotten you some pressure or confirm. Or just capitalize on her whiffing a jump H, so you could have done that. But you back off and you do 6H, which is, it's not a bad thing. Like, the preferred thing in my opinion would be fast slash 2H, but backing off and doing a 6H is not bad. It's exactly that range. It gets IB'd, but if you went into shotgun stance here, or pulled out a nade, you'd be really safe, and you'd still be at a good range for yourself, where you can throw out like fast slash. Or you can press buttons that would be really good at that range. But you always want to be cancelling 6H into something though. Every time 6H has to be cancelled into shotgun stance or nade, or even bridle if you want to RC it for more pressure. But it's preferable to go into shotgun or nade. You jump out here and then I think you try to come down with like jump P. I think it's better to come down with like a jump H or jump S. Just like come down with your heaviest normal if you're going to come down with a normal. If not, then just FD your way down to be safe. Because we will just anti-air you. Bit too much shotgun. It's the instant area, like being aggressive. You don't always need to be aggressive. Like the Inya's got to get in. A lot of characters have to get in against Elfelt because she can create hell. Like at this range, like as soon as you're pushed out, you attacked, then you jumped away. Alright. So immediately what you probably could have done is you could have waited. You could have been like, alright, what's the Elfelt gonna do? Dashes in? Alright, well I'll just fast slash or something. But you roll in and then get into Elfelt's range. It's a bit of a mess. That fast slash should have been cancelled or something. That could be punished. That chemical love, this one, you can crouch under it. This horizontal one. Everyone can crouch under that no matter where. Unless it's like TK'd in the air. But usually they're not going to TK it in the air at this level. Unless you have someone like Snack who might TK it. Seraph. As soon as it's whiffed, you just immediately like 5k close slash 2D or something, you know? Or 5k close slash, sorry. Family's a bit loud. Sorry about that. Trying to dash shit like this, I'm not... Like, you're trying to be aggressive with the air dashing. You're just gonna get easily anti-aired. It's kinda cool that worked out. It's risky, but it worked. Damage. You gotta be careful with that, because that could be ducked under. And most people are gonna wake up blocking, so... Oh, sorry. Just we're gonna have it a few more times. Which is very loud. That's minus. Gotta be careful with going into bridle because it is minus. So be aware that. So when you threw this nade, yeah, you threw this nade. If the Eno gets hit, you get a combo. If the Eno blocks, you get free pressure. So you don't really need to do this bunch of jumping as like double jumping. You can really just going in and taking pressure. I also really wouldn't call Eno. I wouldn't call Alpha like a jabbing character. If anything, she's gonna go 5k into close slash, into fast slash, or 5k close slash, and then she'll dash into another 5k close slash or something like that. But you won't ever see like an Alpha do like a bunch of 2Ps and then do another bunch of 2Ps. They don't do that. They just use they just use 2H a lot more. They use 6H and fast slash. 2S. They don't really use their light. Like their lights are very rarely used. They're mostly just for mashing on defense and then going into something else. But on offense, you really won't see much light mash. Oof, yeah, you gotta be worried about that nade. You could 2H under this nade because you low profile it. I mean, you could 2H under this note because you low profile it. Yeah. Also, you give up this pressure. Like that 5k could have gone to close slash and frame trapped. Or you could have got them blocking and gone to 2H. It's a risky mesh, risky jump out there. Alright. That note should have hit, so it's risky you did that, but it's fine. Should you jump back, put on an A, but you got core blocking? Yeah, that happens sometimes. Mash out with the 2S. I think you should. Isn't matching out with 2P would be better? Like if this happens, you could maybe mash out with the 2P and then take your turn back. But in general, in Guilty Gear, just practice doing long strings of pressure. Most characters can do that. Like they'll just do like punch and a kick, or they'll do like a light or a bunch of lights, and then they'll go into slash, maybe 2S, then they'll go into the H normals. Then maybe there'll be they'll cancel it into I'll do like a standing H, crashing H, be something like stand 5S close slash, fast slash, 2S, 2H, something like that. There'll be a 5H instead of a 2H, and they'll cancel it to a special move, or they'll cancel it to repress. You see that a lot. Just long strings, and any point in those strings, they can stop the string and go in for a throw or reset pressure. So you'll see there a lot more. It's gonna work, yeah. Just awareness on that one. Yeah. Do you have any questions, by the way, Swords? I'm probably gonna move on to the next. I'm not gonna stick around. I'm not gonna do this for too long, so I'll do the next match. Not this one. I'll do Glider vs Saber. You want this? Yeah. If what I'd recommend swords is maybe I don't know if you like watch any of any strong players play Elfelt. Maybe that can give you some ideas of what they like to do, and you can see like what they like to use consistently, and they'll give you an idea. I don't know. Do you know who like the best Elfelts are in America and Japan? The best Elfelts in America are Lost Soul and Hotashi, and the best Elfelts. You know, I know Hamburg and Fumo are the strong Elfelts. I'll put it in the Netplay channel. Hamburg. Fumo. Yeah, I think Fumo and Hamburg are like the top. It's probably one other. So the first two are American, the last two are Japanese. So just see what they do. You can see like the strings they like to use to get a better idea of pressure. You can see how they play around normal. That's like a really good way to learn quickly is to watch stronger players, and then you compare it to your own play, and you'll be like, oh, that player, all of these players do this, and I'm not really doing that, and I should be capitalizing on that, you know? Anyways, I don't even think it's like it's not even like mistakes. At this point, it's not. You don't have to worry about mistakes. It's more about looking for improvements right now. It's more about looking for stuff to develop, stuff to fix. So at the moment, I can't say you're doing anything bad. Like you're not doing anything like what's the best way to put it? You're not doing anything that you need to like stop doing immediately. You're just not doing the correct things yet, is the best way to put it. Like the stuff you're doing is just an option you can do, but you're doing only that option. Or you're not using the more standard safe option and you keep using this risky option. There's a lot of stuff like that. But yeah. I think the only thing I can say you should learn to eventually not to do as much is to be careful with mashing on defense. And just using your defensive tools, your FD especially. FD is really strong. And being able to poke out with that or being able to jump and get out with that is very strong. Anyways, we get into this. Who's Glider? Alright, sword. So I'll do this and then I'll do salesman requested one. If anyone else wants one, I could do it quickly. Then I'll probably have to stop it at that. because gone are the days of the 6-hour VOD review. Alright. So, round start, this is like a common thing, but round start pot 2p is really strong. I'll show it quickly, like. Just round, you don't always have to, like, hammer 4 is a bit of like a crazy option. If anything, what you're gonna see is like our round start, something like this. You know, but 2p, like, look at this. It hits round start, yeah. So it's really easy to just take your turn because you'll be plus off this. Yeah. What's the kid do here? But 2p round start is very strong. Oof, that's crazy. Gutsy 6H. That actually would have worked if Saber matched one more time. If you press one more 2p, that would have worked. And you press it once, if you press it a second time, oh boy. Oh, did you want me to go over your match quickly, Hayes? I might as well do that if you're here. I'll look at from your point of view. I'll try to make it quick. So I'll look at this very quick. I'll try not to pause. Yeah, I want to pause already. I think you need to confirm that into 2H. It's just a awareness thing. Well, see, you don't really need a stand here. Like, you could backdash this. Like, after the shot, you could have backdashed, but you kind of don't. You just sit there and you get into more pressure. Like, this, you could, after that shot, because she put away the shotgun, you could backdash, you could poke with, like, a fire ass. You could instant air dash out. Then you mash in like a scary place, because if she did like S here, like 2p, like 5p 5p, and then did a shotgun shot, that would have counted it. So it's really scary. Trying to mash there, you got to IB against shotgun pressure. You got to IB the shotgun shot to be safe. Oof, you mistimed that. Yeah, you did the IAD a bit too early. If you're gonna chase down like this, I would have just immediately done a dash forward IAD jump H, because that just whiffs. Yeah. You needed to maybe do that. You needed to do 5k or something to make sure she was locked down. You need to try to 6p that or air throw. These can be thrown. These rolls. So if she's gonna keep rolling through you like this, then just throw it. So, even though you did something there, I feel like this is a bit slow. Like, you land. See, right here, you air dash back, and then you kind of really did like a long dash into a 2k. Like, that was really slow. I feel like if a faster player would have counter poked you. Throwing is better, but you could mash. It's risky though. But you could roll through your normal. No, so this is kind of weird. 6k. Where did this go? I think you're just too far for the disc. Yeah, you need to dash disc this because it was just out of range. So you're probably trying to confirm off the 6H, which should get the disc hit into that. That's why you did that. But you need to dash before the disc. It's fine. I just do normal pressure here. Like I wouldn't be scared of anything. I just do like a 5k. Or if you really wanted to mix up or really wanted to lock them down, like an S disc YRC would be very strong. You gotta be careful with autopiloting. Just confirm that. Okay, so I think just in case you don't know this, if you get a hit if you get a hit and she has a nade out, she's gonna detonate, which means she gets hit into the air on any hit, on any overhead, any hit. So something like chip 6k. If I hit a chip 6k on a Milia, on an alpha with a nade out, it's gonna combo. She get launched in the air. No, don't. That's not a good habit. Definitely don't abuse the fact that they make it. That's a bad habit, because throwing is very common in this game. In around mid tier. So what do? Can't really don't do anything with that. Get hit by nade. Yeah, you need to throw these. Get a comboed off that. Yeah, because it's counter hit, so it's full on tech time, so you could have followed up on that. Well, so you have meter here. So what you could be doing is you could do 5k fast slash here. I mean, you get knockdowns, whatever. But you can go fast slash 5h or just fast slash RC. You could just combo off that normally because it was counter hit. Like that jump S was low enough and it was counter hit. So you could probably have done close slash 2D or something like that. Or 5H 2D for a combo. Also, you're doing a lot of highs. A little bit too many highs in these mix-ups. You need to mix it up with low. So like a 2S. Bit awkward. Any hit here, you can just dash up fast slash 5H digitalis or something. So you do have RC here. You may need to use it. You just wear that. You don't need to times up and all that. So she is minus after that. You should definitely be taking your turn with like 5k. I get a bit too slow there. That jump H should have been a bit earlier. Like that, you could have just jump H here or jump H here. You don't. Oof. Get the hit, it's fine. Use pin. Not the best use of pin. Make sure you pick up pin wherever it went. Yeah, pick up pin, that's fine. Watch out for nade. Yeah, definitely take your turn after that. That's super minus. Probably even throw that. Yeah, you could have easily thrown that as a punish. That's a throw as well. Oh. You get pin. You need to anti that 6B. 6B 2H would have gotten you a combo. Sec, only being loud. By the way, Hayes, are there any questions you have? Maybe I'll be able to like point it out and answer it. If there's one thing I'm noticing, it's like you are very. You could easily force your way in a lot more, like easily.
Melia versus Soul.
You know, like easily force your way in. Stuff like this. Not like that. No. That's been work. But yeah, you can definitely force your way in a lot more. Another screen to do. Like there are a lot of ways to control your way in. Like you could do stuff like this. If you're scared of anti-air, of people being anti-air you. The thing is, you gotta practice. Yeah, you do have to practice stuff like this. You know, if you want a surefire way to pick up pin, you can roll. That. You could also see that to, you know, get pressure and all that. But yeah, like that's what I'm mainly saying. Like there are a lot of, you should easily, like you're always in a really strong position. It should be really hard for someone to stop Amelia, but you're always in a really strong position to just, you know, IAD in. Little stuff you can do. You also do tricky shenanigans like this. He goes like this. You know, a lot of stuff you can do with pin. But just doing something simple as this is just what you should be definitely doing. Because if you get a hit, it's an immediate knockdown. Not like that. Definitely be trying to do stuff like that. More stuff you can do. I think I rambled on too much, but that's just one thing I've been noticing. Like, you could easily take your turn, easily take pressure, easily go with like a IAD jump H pin, but you're really not doing that, which is not good. And you're starting to do that. Oops. Also, you have a lot of meter, so so that's good. What you did here was good. You need to start doing that more, just to get in and do pressure. Should have picked that up. You would have killed the. Also, you're like wasting FD like a lot. Like you're holding it down like crazy. Like look at this. I'm really scared. You 6B that. Also, don't be afraid to play at a range and wait for them to whiff something. And then after they whiff something, you just instantly dash in like half screen and like fast slash RC. Like you could easily, I'll show it again just to give you a visual example. I just say like assault or something like this, you know? Maybe like you're going back and forward. And he's freaking out. He's freaking out, yeah? Maybe you're doing something like this. Yeah, it's super important. Like you have so much meter and you haven't been using it. Just make this look better. Yeah. Yeah, we just. Jeez. Just try to have like a spreadsheet of stuff that you practice. Just like some sticky notes or something, and be like, all right, need to use more meter here. Like, if you look at your matches, like that's why looking at your matches and just seeing like, oh, I have all this meter, I should probably use all this. I should probably like, you know, not have a shit ton of meter. Because I look at that. If I look at that during the middle of the game, because you might not notice it during the middle of the game. Like if I look at it during the middle of the game, I'm just like, okay, I have a shit ton of meter, which means I'm not using my meter, and I really should be using my meter. And then I'll start like thinking about that during the match. But for your case, when you're probably not thinking about it that much, just being able to look back at your replays and be like, all right, I'm still not using meter enough. I need to use more meter in these situations. I have all this meter and I can be using it. Stuff like that. Oops. Yeah, just get caught. It's like here. You can really dash in fast slash here, but I don't know what button you pressed, probably like 5k or 2k. Because you're a perfect fast slash range, you would have been out anything she did. Yeah, just get caught with the low. It's unfortunate. I feel like you're being a bit too disrespectful. Like this can happen sometimes, but it is really like you're dashing at full screen and then doing a 2k. Like I think that's like hard to do. You'll see, it's not as easy to get into that range quickly because someone will press a button. I feel like just going in. That's why you see instead of like. That's why you'll see certain like players they'll like test the waters by like dashing and then breaking. Like there's a whole concept of like of footsies where it's just like the dashing and then breaking and then making them whiff a normal and then going in on that advantage to start pressure or something like that or to whiff punish. Versus just dashing in and pressing a button. Versus pressing a button preemptively or just not pressing a button at all and not being baited. So there's a lot of methodology, but like what you're trying to do right now is if they're completely scared of you, like when you dash in this far and do like a 2k, that's when that mentality is when you're expecting them not to press a button at all. Because if they press a button, they'd stop you dead in your tracks and they'd get huge damage. But instead, if you like press the button earlier, like a lot earlier, like a fast slash, or if you did a dash and then dash braked. Yeah. Like the alpha will just catch you so often, so that's why like dash braking is a lot stronger. Or like an IAD is like an alternative to dash brake because you just be like, oh, I'll just fly over your normal that you're trying to stick out to stop me, That's why you don't see as many people with buttons against Amelia because they try to do that stuff. But in this case, if they stuck out a button, you're gonna run into it every single time, and they know that. A better player will know that. Like you don't bait out, you don't bait out any normals or take advantage of that. There's a whole mentality with that in footsies and neutral. Yeah, like that. So you're kind of trying to bulldog is the best way to put it. So you're bulldogging here, but she just comes down with a jump K. If you really wanted to, the thing you want to do here is anti-air, of course. Like that's the best way. That's the best thing to do is anti-air if you're fully expecting it. But this is where something like just pressing a normal preemptively, or just stopping and then letting them whiff a normal and then going in is a lot better. You're just getting caught by stuff. Also, that's minus still. Should be taking your turn off this. Yeah, definitely take your turn off this. Just try to learn when to press 5k. I think after this 2H, just going fast slash jump. After the 2H going like jump it. Can you even do jump it? I'm pretty sure you can super jump that. Yeah, actually, you can super jump and then dash afterwards. So you no wait, no, you can't run this combo. So you just doing like jump S, jump D maybe would work a bit better. I don't know because it is dropping. Oof, that 2D. Making it turn a bit too slow. So these like 5Ps, you can be whiff punish them easily. Also, don't be afraid to dash in doing fast slash RC. Don't be afraid to just dash up, do fast slash RC, and then take your turn off that. Yeah. Because then after that, you can maybe like instant air dash and start small pressure. You can just dash up normally and start like a tick throw game. If it hits, you get a combo. Like, even if they're not giving you an opening, just forcing your way in with like a longish range normal into RC and then taking a turn is never a bad thing. You can always do that with your meter. It doesn't always have to be hit confirm. It's a good knockdown. It's good, but unfortunately you didn't pick that up. So this needs to be an immediate dash back. As soon as you dash back, you just do immediate 2S. So I think you just mistimed this. So if they blocked it standing, then you wouldn't have gotten anything off this. Yeah. Because then I think you just try to dash in for 2k. Something like that. You can't do that, it's just you need to also capitalize on that hit. The disc hit. That's a good cross under there. Good 2D, that, it's fine. Get more pressure, it's fine. So that's like I look at that, like you're going really deep. That's so deep. You could have done 2k. You could have pressed, like if I show you the frame, you could have pressed 2k to slide your way in. Hit like, look, it's just a bit too much. Go like just like a frame or two after this. Could have already pressed 2k. You could be in a lot safer, not throwable, taking your turn. Okay, so what happens there is after a knockdown like that, you get two things. It depends if it's like a meaty disc or a non-meaty disc. So if it's a disc that hits them on the frame that they wake up, you only get one mix-up. And that mix-up is just like it's not going to combo with disc, you know? Like the disc will hit and then you do the mix-up. But that was a non-meaty disc, which means you can press a normal, or you can do a mix-up. Then after that mix-up, the disc will hit them and lock them down, and then you can do another mix-up. But in that situation where you have a pin there, you're going to have to dash back, grab pin, maybe press 2S to keep them locked down or something, so they can't jump out. And then the disc will hit them, so if they jump out, the disc will hit them and you get a combo of that. But they'll get hit by 2S trying to stand up to run away. And then after that, after they block the disc, you do like a dash up and you do an instant air dash and you do a mix up. You can do an instant air dash, high-low mix up, or you can do a dash up bad moon or a car or just more pressure or 6k after that. If I'll show you the example. To give you an idea, just so you perfect it a little bit. Jeez. Yeah, it's supposed to go that far. Is that that's an S disc, I think. That's a... Depends on which needle, which pin you do as well. Jeez, I am missing this. No, not that. You do a disc immediately. But yeah, kind of do something like this. Still doesn't hit meaty. That's a meaty disc. let me just get them to block. I know what you look like now, Trav. You better not be saying that stuff to me. Alright, so the high-low, this would be like what a high-low would look like. Jeez. So high-low would probably be like, so if the, as soon as the disc hits, I think I have to do the combo. Jesus Christ. Yeah, let's do this. So you could do, that would be the high. So what you could do is something like, after the disc hits, you could do something like, you know, instant dash low, or like an instant dash like that. Instant dash high again, something like that. Or just an instant dash land 6k, or you could do like, I think Forte does something like this. Like he'll do something like a double air dash, you know, air dash, something like that. I am definitely not a Chad. But as you can see, like, that keeps them blocking because they could jump out, like, they could jump out after that. That's when you go for your mix-ups. Or you could just not go for the pin. Like if you do this without pin. See, that's not a media disc either. You can do stuff like that. And it also depends. Yeah, TK bad mood's fine because it gets you knocked down. Just TK bad mood. Quickly knocked down. Let's see, that's not a media disc either. See if like that's probably a better representation. You know. Nah, if it's not me, then they can jump out. Like if you just sit there waiting for nothing to happen. I'll show you.
Melia versus Melia. Get ready to rock.
This is what happens when you wait. Jeez. See? You just get out. So this is why sometimes you need to do stuff like this. Now watch what happens when I try to jump out. See? Get hit low. You gotta block it. Yep. So if it's meaty disc, so this might be a meaty disc. There's nothing you can do. You can't jump out. You just get hit. Gotta hold that. But if it's not meaty, then just yeah, it does. But if they're gonna press a button into a disc, that's the thing. Like, you've got a meaty. Like, the only thing they can do is like a reversal, and that's like a whole new thing right there. And you beat Forte today, didn't you, Trav? And you didn't know that. Oh my god. What does this world come to? It doesn't matter if it's me disc or not. It just because it also depends on the knockdown. Some knockdowns get it, some knockdowns don't. Like, there's a whole page that explains this actually. Let me try to find it. So this is an anti. Where is it? It's an anti-Milia thing. Where is it? Get bloody banned by my own bot if I do that. I'll just put it in the Discord as well. Actually, no. If you can take it off that, then take it off that. But it basically explains the whole what's going to happen with me disc versus not me disc. Yes, I'll continue with the review. So if I had to sum up stuff right now, I'd say the first issue right now is you're not just not going in sometimes, because there are very clear opportunities where you just like IAD in, IAD jump H pin, and then you'll get pressure and you can pick up pin, stuff like that. You're clearly not doing that. You're not doing any neutral in pin to create pressure either. Like IAD pin or jump back pin or jump forward pin and air dash after it. You're not really doing any of that to like start anything. So that's the first problem. The second thing would be when you dash in, you're going super deep into 2K. Like dash in 2K, like this is where stuff like meter would be very good because you can dash in fast slash 5H and combo off that. You can dash in FD break and punish them for throwing a normal out. You can dash in then instant air dash because they're trying to punish you with a normal, but you just jump over it or instant air dash over it. There's a lot of stuff you can do around that, like just dashing in deep and doing 2K. Like that's only when they're really scared to stop you. And even then, you can just kind of you can use the momentum from the slide and from dashing in to 2K in without getting thrown. Because higher level players will just see you like slide in and they'll just throw and they'll catch you because you're doing it too deep. And the third thing I'd say is you need to be not autopiloting too much. You need to be like converting off these random hits. It is a bit in this situation. In this matchup, you probably caught off a little bit because there was no because you didn't know that if every time you got a hit, the nade would explode and that would turn to an air combo. So there's just something you need to be aware of in the matchup for that. But apart from that, just try not to autopilot 5K close slash 2D and just try to get some stuff going there. Also, 6K. I think another thing I've noticed a bit like sometimes you can convert a little bit better in the corner off like normal hits. Like I don't. It's a little more advanced, but like 6K on a crashing hit, you can do 5K fast slash 5H digitalis, or in the corner you can do 6K S disc, and then you can combo after that. So there's a lot of stuff you could do of the overheads. Hell, just going into like into hair car or to TK Bad Moon just for a knockdown so you can get disc is also really good. Where music go? The music's finished. And I'm gonna get copyright struck if I don't use this one again. Oh god. Right. Those are the things at the top of my head. There's probably other things, but those are the things I can think of right now. Alright, now back to glider. It's already a little bit too much handful, like yeah, this is not gonna work. You don't need to do small ones all the time. Like he's trying to preserve. Yeah, no worries, insane nice. It's perfectly fine to do stuff like, if you're full screen like this, you don't have to be scared.
Jump kick versus Soul. Get ready to rock.
Like if you're at this range, you don't have to, this is what you're doing, you're just kind of doing all of that. And sure, you can do that, but if you want to move forward, it doesn't hurt to do something like that. You can go a little bit further, And when you're at this range, like you do have a good 5H. Just spamming handful like that, that's a bit inefficient, as I said to put it, for me. Maybe try not to... Just maybe do it like, just experiment with going a little bit further like that, and that, instead of being like scared. Just got caught jumping, that's fine. Blocking a bunch, you haven't really used any FD. Could use a little bit of FD. Tick thrown. Should technically go in a little bit more, but what can you do? I wouldn't poke with 6H, honestly. Poke with 5H if you're gonna be at this range. That was a little bustle, but you seem to have the Travioli special down, as I like to call it. Oof. I don't even know what happened there. I think you just could... I feel like you should have armored through that easily, but I don't know, maybe you did a break and that can hit. So he's out of coins, but this probably should kill. Could have supered that, by the way, Saber. Yeah, walking back and forward like this, I don't like that much. There's another thing. The first two things I noticed off the bat was, first of all, you're really like scared about using your charge, so you do quick little dash forwards or hammer fall forwards and then doing a break. But then at points like this, you completely don't want to use it at all, and I don't know what you're doing. Maybe you're trying to like buffer Saber jumping at you or something, but you don't have like Saber shouldn't be worried about anything except for 5H at this range. Like, you can't hammer fall through anything. Like, you can immediately dash up fast slash because you're not going to be able to hammer fall. Because you keep walking back and forward like this. You have no charge. That's punishable. Just do 5k 2D if you're not confident in punishing that. So that's a bit better, moving forward into range. You need to 6B that, even though it's a little bit hard against Johnny, you should try to 6B that. Oof, big 6H. Need to follow up on that though. As soon as, like, this is a thing you're gonna learn, like, as soon as you get like a 6H like this, you'll just immediately, you'll have charge to do a hammer fall after it anyways, so you'll have hammer fall up or ready to chase. Yeah. It's definitely a pop buster again. It's not a bad strat to do at all. It's just less damage. I honestly have seen way more 6H than I have 5H. That's good. That's good what you did there. It's really good. Okay, so it's mistimed, but it's still something. Also, I'd use a jump H or a jump S over a jump K. You gotta come off that. I'd immediately, after this 2D, I'd jump and do another safe jump. Because you can do that. Oof, bit too much on that. Also, you have meta to RC this hammer fall. Like, you could RC this and then walked up, then jumped and done a jump H, and got a safe jump off this and pressure and all that good stuff. So you have a lot of meter to burn. That needed to be a fire H. That needed to be a fire H heat knuckle, and this needed to be a pop buster punish, or even just a throw punish. So pop buster here. It's not going to do enough damage because of YC. Zip jump, stack of pressure. That's fine. It's going to run through. You had meter, so you should have RC'd that for the kill. That's kind of unsafe there. You need to 6B that. This is where you can win around, but you're being aggressive. You got to be careful here. Yeah. Round start 2D, that's fine. I would like to see more 2P round start. That's really strong. It's really hard for people to beat it. After this 2D, I'd immediately hammer fall forward and then get into a point blank range. Yeah, like this. It's a bit too late in the jump H. Could have been 6 speed there. Oof, big counter hit. I think you tried to hammer fall that, but it just didn't work. Didn't have charge. Well, I see what Mazda. Honestly, you see a lot more harmful break pop buster than you do harmful YRC pop buster. It's a good mash out there though. just mash immediately. Like, I'd go for 2p, honestly, because it's faster. 2p, 2k, close slash 2d or something like that. You can hit there. Could have RC'd that for the kill. Too much walking back and forward. Yeah. That's gonna win it. Alright. Let's see where you went wrong. Yeah, you probably could have pop busted that. Like, you had enough time. If you did pop buster, like, you're in the middle of doing a 5k here. Like, if you pop busted here, you would have definitely beaten that out because it's first of all, it's 3 frames, and on the 3rd frame, it's fully invincible. So if you did pop buster instead of 5k here, you probably would have grabbed this. Yeah, too many risky. Okay, you break that, but yeah, just get mashed out on. That's when you need to let it rip. It's a bit awkward, but sometimes you just gotta know when to do it and when not to do it. Good, full break pop buster there. It's good. That's an okay combo. There's better combos, but that's an okay combo. It's a good start. Oof. Empty jump throw. Ooh, yep, I don't know what that was. You burst as well, so it's a little bit scary. It's gonna be hard to come back because technically this is a full meter, Johnny. Yep. Nice pop buster. Get a safe jump. You're not really doing any safe jumps or any proper pressure after these knockdowns. It's good. You could have after this count at 6p. After this count at 6p, you could have done 5p heat knuckle. There's a lot of other things you could have done, but that's the simplest one, the best one you could do. You could have thrown that. That was way too high of a jump H. Yeah. Even on hit, as soon as he lands, you could have thrown this. There's nothing that Saber could have done. That's too high of a jump H. Unless he cancelled like a misfire or something. I am not seeing enough 5H. It's a really good normal. If you want to poke and you want to start handling full pressure, that's a good normal to use. I'm seeing a lot of like hammer fall forwards. Just that's how you're doing your footsies, and you could use 5H like a lot more. Yeah, like I'm just seeing like all these situations you could be using 5H. I don't even think have I even seen a 5H? Yeah, he's buffering. Oof. So you're trying to do some 6p here. I mean, some backdash here, but it's not always working out. You're trying to jump. Yeah. Just counter hit. Go tick forward. If you tackle the button, you might be able to beat that. Yeah, I really think you should be using like a lot more a lot more 5H in neutral. It's a really good button and you can hammer fall off it. And hammer fall breaking move you forward. It's a really strong dominating button. This is the best footsie normal. I also, if you're in closer range, doing like 2p, getting a range for 2p is really good because then you can tick throw it into a pop buster. You can also do like 2p hammer fall break and that'll move you forward, or 2p 2s hammer fall break, stuff like that. That'll move you forward a bit as well. Like here. If you and also anti-angle 6p, gotta make sure you're doing that. In this situation though, when you hammer full armored here, and why I see it, if you threw this, because if you threw immediately, you probably would have thrown this. Oof, unfortunately waste burst. Yeah, I think you need to jump a little bit over the jump H for a proper safe jump, because if he does like a super here, he'd probably hit you. This, as soon as this burst swift, you know, just do handful break pop buster immediately. It's like the best punish you can do in situations like that. Or even just taking, if you don't have handful charge, then just doing like a 2D or something would be better. Okay, so it's, now we're seeing a bit of 5H, that's good. It's a really good bundle, look at that range. Oof. Yeah. Just funny things. Like you're in 5H range right now. Like yeah, almost. Like you're just like ever so slightly just outside of 5H range. Yeah, I think you're just inside it now. Definitely inside it, yeah. But that was like 2p range. This is easily round start range. Like your 2p range. You could have like done 2p 5H if you wanted to start pressure. Yeah, go for the 6H. Oh my god, just magnetic. Oh yeah, that's awesome. You could use more slide head. It wouldn't hurt to use more slide head, especially at longer range. It'll catch people sleeping. And off-sided, you can move in better. Like that's his best. That's one of his best tools for long range. Completely forgotten about that, but that's something you should definitely be using a lot, or at least like fitting in here and there. I think now you're overusing it. Look at this range. That's when you could like catch him with a slide head, you know. Not that range, a bit further back. That was throwable. Throwable. Yep, definitely. As soon as he lands throw, this 2p wouldn't. This 2p would immediately being beaten out by a throw. That's probably a dash forward throw. Nice 2s 2d. Too slow on the safe jump. That was really. You could have easily been supered. Oof, you could combo off that. If you did like if you did just one heat knuckle or 5p heat knuckle, you probably would have comboed up that. Even just heat knuckling this. Yeah, if you just heat knuckled here, or just like pop busted as soon as he landed, and just wait a second and pop buster, could have worked. A bit too much jumping, and you're not anti-airing, so he's getting away with it. Could have RC'd that into a kill. It's the last round. And just need to anti that again. Nice. Oh, you almost get it as well. It's a nice AB. Is that an AB? Look like an AB. This is where maybe you could handful through like a 6H. It's harder for him to punish. Depends on if you do it preemptively or not. Nice 5H. Look at that. You could have also like. Could have also probably cancelled that into a hammer fall, and that would have worked on counter hit at any range. So that's a really good button. Oh, so if he's playing at this range, he's trying to poke you as you're running in. As long as you just FD him out and then, yeah, side air, there we go. Stuff like that. Like, that's really good. Because he's committed to like stuff like 6H and misfire, and that's when you can get a quick slide head and like get pressure. Like here, this is like another example of pressure. Like you could have done, after blocking that, you could have done... You block this, you could do 5H and hammer fall, up, break, and then, you know, start pressure from there. Or hammer fall, break, 2P into pop buster, or just hammer fall, break, pop buster, or 2P, 6K, 2P, 2S, you know, stuff like that, 2P, 2K. That's supposed to be a pop buster. Oof, yeah, it's getting beaten out now. It's unfortunate. I love music. My damn music. Alright. So now it's on to the anti-chip segment. I think I've helped out. Unfortunately, not swords. Fortunately, Glider wasn't here, so I can give him advice. So let's see if he's able to take any of that advice and get some from there. So now I think Salesman wanted advice against my chip. Totally over my chip. I'll try to give you some advice. So one thing Snick likes to do around start is he likes to jump back S dive because that beats me counter poking. Because chip poking is probably going to beat anything Eno does just because it's fast. That's why I get out immediately. Alright, so going into the air against the chip, you can do it, but it's risky because I can just get on top of you so easily. I can hunt you down very easily. Yeah, jump H. Alright. So, first things first. You could OS this with a jump H, so just a throw if I teleport. You could have done that. Because in this situation, all you could have done is stay on the ground in 6P as soon as I do a back teleport. Or you could have air thrown him. Like that's the, because that's the thing. Like I could teleport. I could teleport in place. I could teleport in front. I could teleport on the ground and I see it and grab you. I could teleport you behind. So you just got to kind of commit to an air throw or not. Or you can maybe try to 6P depending, because I might be able to jump to you. Alright, but here's the thing. This air reset, like there are a lot of situations where I reset you in the air and I'll do something like this 6H and it'll catch you. So you just gotta like either not tech situations like this. Just tech late or something, or tech backwards, or tech early and get out of there if you can. Probably not in this situation. Or just FD it and block, because I don't think you have any meter, so You're just kind of screwed. Yeah. So you use all your FT and I just 6H you. Now you've used all your meter again. Gotta be careful with using all your meter. You could have come down with an S dive. That's also risk. Like you, sometimes you gotta take a bit of risk against chip. But I've just kind of like got you blocking. You just 6p that. Yep, that's just a frame trap. Maybe try to pick out, then I get you with a gamma. Frame traps. Open, yeah. So it's after the first hit is a good time to burst, because unless I like do some more OS. If I do more OS, then I might be able to still block the burst. Maybe I'll start doing that to annoy people. Then you immediately jumped, and I just kind of came back in with a jump D. If you block this in the air, you probably would have landed and thrown me, so just unfortunate. You could have punished me for this. Then you press the button, I'm just frame trapping you. Yep, you gotta jump out of that, and when I say jump, you gotta jump and then air dash out of the corner. Don't try to contest it on the way down. So now I'm just gonna kill you. Yep. So just movement stuff. You are OSing, I guess. You're doing a immediate jump H forward, but I'm just playing safe. You could 2D isn't the best as a chip player. 2D isn't the best against Nina. Like you could air dash like at this range. You could air dash jump H or hover jump H and probably catch me if I'm doing like stuff like 2H. I mean I'm 2D, so you catch me with a 6H though. I should have blocked that, so it's a bit risky that you went into that because that wasn't a combo. Because I could have punished you for that. What happened here? Did you miss? You just mistimed this. I just threw. Yeah, he went for a low. I just threw. Oof, that was really scary to attack that because if I don't confirm that, I can immediately I'm like tech track me you there right there. I could air throw you as well, so you could be really worried about that. Mix ups. I'm catching you pressing a button. Hello. I tech trap you there again, so that's gotta be careful about that. Because it's almost caught you, and that would have. You're FDing that, which is good, but if you weren't FDing that and I was just a bit further ahead, that would have done so much damage. It's a good dead angle out. Get a cross up. It's kind of cool. Let's knock down. Get the high lows going. Yeah, you went jump H. What'd you do here? Jump H, 2S, 2. Yeah, 2K, 2S, and then you whiff this 2D, so I just get an immediate punish. And I just cancel it as well. You gotta be careful with your spacing. So just cancel, just knowing that. Because at this range, all you can do at this, the only thing you could have done. Oops. Just blurring my screen. Because I know that at this range, you could 2D this, but it's gonna whiff. You could horizontal chemical up, but I know that's gonna whiff against me crouching. Or you could do like a stroke, but I think I've pressed the button like early enough that you're not gonna be able to that it should hit it in time. It should punish you. So I've kind of just taken my turn off that because of the string you've done. The only thing you could have done is like maybe go into like a 2H to frame trap. Do stuff like that, maybe. Just catching you. Oof. It's a bit crazy you got the 2D there. Especially in this trade, gotta be careful. You missed this confirm, this is kind of important confirm. Yeah. You need to confirm that jump K, to like 2k, 6p. Yeah, that was risky. And I have meter, so stuff like this, I can immediately TK and take my turn. So you kind of, and also you had no meter, so that's kind of got to be death. So as soon as that happens, like as soon as you get a burst, especially against like a chip, you gotta be really careful of them just immediately getting back in. Yeah, I'll watch it. So just be very aware, like, because this is like, it won't just be me, it'll be a lot of chips. I'll be like, alright, you bested me out, time to get back in, you know? Then that's the whole mind game of like, oh, will the chip go back in? Maybe he won't, maybe he'll just do invis install. And then he'll teleport in. Or maybe he'll just dash across the screen, and maybe he'll 2k, like, go behind teleport. Ground teleport, YRC. Go teleport YRC, and then grab you or something or take his turn. It's a lot of stuff you gotta be worried about. That's why you gotta kind of play. The best way to do it, the best way to put it is you gotta kind of be reactive in some ways, because Chip kind of owns a neutral, so a lot of your stuff has to be reactive and be kind of OSable to catch him doing stuff. But you also need to be able to like, so when he does something, you gotta like immediately make a decision. Like, it's not always gonna be like a, what's the best way to put it? Let's just say if I H teleport, yeah, it's a risk because it's a risk for both of us. Like, it's a risk for me because if I get it, it works. I get pressure out, maybe I get a combo and all that good stuff. If it doesn't, then you're gonna do a lot of damage to me. You're gonna knock me down, stuff like that. But the thing is, I might not always go for it. So if you throw me or you punish me with a 6p, like I can just bait that out and then go back in. So there's a lot of stuff you gotta be, careful about. I'll show you some quick OSs actually. So this can be useful.
Eno versus Chip. Get ready to rock.
This is so if you want to do 6p, yeah. But you want to kind of catch them behind you. Let's just say the Chip does this, yeah. You want to kind of 6p it. You can. God, is it really that bad? Oh god, it is not guaranteed. Because you can do that. I think I can recommend something like, great. Because it kind of depends, because it really does depend, because some will be able to anti-out, some won't. But this is, let's just say this is not exclusive. Like this is like a lot of characters can do this. So let's just say the chip might be like teleporting the spot, and then you'll do it behind you, So the safest way to not whiff a 6p behind, or to not, not whiff this, is do something like this. Maybe you don't want to whiff. Maybe you don't want to whiff this. So you do something like this, because then I'll get the 6p out. God, this is so bad. I don't even want to think about this. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh, have fun. I think the only guaranteed thing you can do is just getting a throw. The throw is really strong. Oh, actually, this is a good OS. So let's just say so this happens, yeah, 2S stroke. But if I teleport during it, like if I'm trying to stroke in neutral, and you try to and the chip does a teleport, watch this. Maybe it's not the best against jump page. Oops. This will stroke normally, yeah. But yeah, the only thing I can think of that you can do is immediate, like, immediate jump forward or something. You can do this. Probably do something like this. Look, you do it earlier. Jump rate doesn't seem too bad. Just hits awkwardly. This is really weird. Yeah, I can't give you. You probably have to ask Snack what he does to Antia in certain situations like that, because I don't know. Most of the time I'm abusing it, not like thinking of ways to beat it. But most of the time it's about making like just a decision. Capitalizing on it. Yeah, round start like fast slash 2S is just gonna work. You can't really press a button against a chip, it's just too fast. That wasn't even a proper mixer. So none of this stuff I can really convert off. Like I can't really convert off this. Actually no, I could convert off that. I just didn't properly. Yeah, you're pressing buttons and it's not throw either. Like you could throw this if you wanted to. Throw would probably beat it. But you're not using throw. Now you're in the blender. Yep. This is something you could do. So if I'm doing like an early jump H, yeah? Kind of explain this early. You could IB it. God, your hitbox is so bad. I think I have to be higher. Yeah, a bit higher. Could try to take your time. Try that. Is there anything I can think of? Could maybe try to take your turn back like that if I do it really high up. Because if you try to do it early, that I'm gonna beat it out. Yeah. I think this will work at this range. Probably something like that. Oops. Yeah, something you could do. Almost. And I see combo for Ina doesn't. Needs to be like, you know, something like that. do one right now. Jeez, looks hard.
It's not over yet.
Alright, I'm gonna stop labbing and finish this VOD. Have you asked Neck or the Eno Discord what they do answer wise? Like if there's any Eno specific answers, because you might be able to get some more out of them. Because I didn't even know like stuff like that. Like I thought 6P might be able to be. Yeah, Eno's a lot better than YRC. She doesn't really need RC, honestly. Usually I'm meaty enough so this wouldn't work. So it's kind of lucky that you got that out. Probably would have been hit. Oof, yeah, it's a good YC though. Almost picked that up. Probably could have 6-speed this. Yeah, it's probably gonna kill. Oh, did I fuck up? Yeah, I do. So you get a good combo, yeah. Good stuff. Oof, yeah, I'm fucking up again. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a good 6B there. Oh, so this. First of all, that you could easily take your turn off this, first of all. And I do it this high, and I do a jump H, and the second hit doesn't hit, you can immediately take your turn. Like, this is when you like 2P or 2K or something, take your turn. And you do, which is good. Then when you IB this, immediately throw. Like, you try to press a button, but you should have just thrown. This is good. It's a good reset as well. Probably should have tried to get a knockdown off that though. Yeah, wasn't a safe jump, so I could DP that. Make sure you're safe jumping. Yeah, it is hard. It is. Chip's got like a really fast to beat DPs. It's as fast as Soul. So, my damn music. This is as fast as Soul, so it's harder to safe jump. Yeah. Yeah. Oof. Careful with attacking. Gotta use meter for that. It's good. So yeah, the situation like this is you see a teleport here. The only thing you can... So... It's the best way to put it. So K teleport actually has a lot more recovery. I don't see why I see it. K teleport actually has more recovery than H, S, and P. S will put me in front, and it'll put me kind of close, so you can block that. But H will kind of put me a little bit further away. So you could always try to jump backwards and go for an air throw. So the only way for me to punish that is for me to do like a ground teleport, maybe, and then react to you jumping away and trying to grab you, or do like a K teleport and a K teleport YRC and grab you out of the air. Or I could do an H teleport, like a delayed H teleport, like maybe a P teleport in place and an H teleport to go behind you, and I could air throw you as you try to whiff a normal, trying to air throw me. So I could do stuff like that, but jumping back with a jump H is generally like something you can do, like as an air throw. Ooh. Also, instant blocking after these two. If you instant block the first one, I can't just dash in and do more pressure. And if you instant block the second one and I don't have meter to RC it, you can punish it with like something like 2S. I'll show it. Something like that. You can't off any range too. Maybe even normal block. Alright. But yeah, if you do IB that, you can punish it. I think you should get a knockdown, to be honest. Oh yeah. Nah, that won't work. Something like that. I don't know how it goes. Something like that. Oops. Oh my god. Yeah, that one made it. So yep, that's how you punish that. You just if I instant block the first one, then I can't just like dash in and do stuff or try to press a button afterwards instead of resetting into a, like that second hit is like a frame trap button technically. Yeah, you do go for stroke a lot, I've noticed. Yeah, just get poked out. That's a good blitz. It is risky because I can go low and I can hit around the same time as well, so... But yeah. That was me trying to go for an air throw there. Yeah, a bit too easy. Blitz is also, it can be a good option as a reaction to a teleport. It's just not easy. It's a good poke out there, because I am not exactly plus. So if I try to press a button, then you can just poke me out. It's good. High-low. Although, I do feel like compared to Sneck, you're a little bit slower on the empty low. Maybe because you commit to going high. I feel like you're gonna do a high, and then you'll go for the low instead. But what Sneck would do is he just do a quick he'd just tap hover and go for a low immediately. Like he doesn't exactly do the thing that you do where sometimes he does it. Like he'll go for a high. Like make it look like he's going for like a high and then he'll go for a low. But most of the time he just goes for immediate low. And it catches me off a lot. Depends. All I know is just like if you haven't pressed a button by the time you're like descending, then I know you're gonna go for a low. Yeah, just smash out there. Chips are pretty buttonsy, so I'm gonna buttons. It's an okay burst, it's a good iOS throw. Yeah, I'm just literally every time you I feel like you could frame trap here. Can you frame trap 2S or 2H? I feel like you should be frame trapping me a little bit. Yeah. Like this would work. A 2K2H, without frame trap. You really stagger it. It's a reward on counter anyways. It's a pretty big reward. Oof, yeah. Turns in a close draw. Jeez, I swear. really do that. Does it? What does it do on crouching? Can't do that. I don't know. Doesn't force standing, so probably do something like this. Can't even jump cancel it. Yeah, so see if you can, because you have frame trap buttons here, and I feel like you could frame trap a little bit. Wouldn't hurt. Because you could really stagger these. Experiment with frame trapping a little bit. If I'm like poking out a lot, or at least find a way to beat out poking. Like I don't know how Ina's play around frame trapping and counter poking, so maybe figure out that. Find out, do a little bit of research on that. Ooh, okay. But yeah, so far, this game I haven't done any teleport in place. So every time I've done a teleport, it's either been a K teleport YRC, which has been very rare, or it's been a H teleport. So you should at least threaten me to stop me doing H teleports of everything. Like every time I teleport, you should at least go for an air throw to like say, okay, you need to mix it up because I am going to air throw you if you don't. At the moment, I'm like, I feel like I'm in control. Like I can just teleport whenever I want. You won't be able to stop me. So you gotta put some fear in me. Okay, that's Spiral the Quarter Oki as well, by the way. People say like, oh, it's so hard to block, but it isn't. It's really easy. So when I go down the wall like this, that means I'm gonna be doing a when I'm up here and I go down the wall a little bit like this, that means I'm gonna be doing a leaf throw. Because I need to be a little bit closer to the ground to do a leaf throw. So getting caught out by that is something that shouldn't happen. That's like whenever I'm in a chip mirror and I see that, I immediately jump. Or you could poke. Or also the other thing is you could jump. Like sometimes when I'm bursting people that actually know that that walk down means leaf throw, then I'll do the anti-air leaf throw and I'll get a combo off that for free. That's kind of funny whenever I get that. But yeah, definitely if you don't want to get caught by leaf throw all the time, then that's the first thing you need to look at, which is the me going down the wall ever so slightly. Because that means leaf throw. The other options I could do is I could go down, I could glide down, go low, I could glide, air dash back, go high. I could just uncling and go on the same side as wall. I could also go. If I go down the wall and then I immediately glide down, I could go low on the same side. Just a little bit of a mix up there. It's not as strong as it used to be. It's a lot... Like, I used to be like a true 50-50 that looped easily and did a lot of damage, but it doesn't do that anymore. You should be throwing some of these, I think. I'm definitely too close in some of these. Like this. If you don't throw me here, like, I definitely should be thrown here. I shouldn't have even pressed that close slash. So I didn't think this 2D would hit. So when I did this, yeah, so I was going to take my turn. So you could have thrown that. Okay, with the 5D. Yeah. So, I honestly don't feel like I've explained that much to a chip. Is there actually any questions you actually have? Maybe I can explain some stuff. Just so you can get a little bit more value out of this. Because I think, how long am I going for? 3 hours, 15 minutes. It's alright. I'll finish the next little bit. Yeah, H teleport, the most guaranteed way to beat it is an air throw. Some characters can 6p it, some characters have other normals. I think it does. But I'll show you why it works well. So Chips 2D is really good, yeah?
Get ready to rock.
Chips 2D is really good, yeah? Watch this. Just gets beaten out. Because it's off the ground slightly. And the I could do was 2S. Even then. Can't do anything else. Can't do 2P. Can't do 2K. I could do 2H, but even then. 2S is the only thing I can do. 2D won't work. Rewarding as chip. Obviously, a knockdown for chip is really good because then I can do stuff. Do stuff for chip. If I'm near the corner, that's when my reward goes up higher, because then I can, you know, I can loop you. I think the best reward for a chip is stuff like this. But yeah, just like you, generally it's just like being able to go into a combo. Jeez, I'm on the wrong side. Okay, it does one thing you definitely don't want to do. Okay, how do I explain this? So, in general, Chip's neutral is very, very strong because he can just pick opportunities to go in. Yeah. He also has very good can hit damage. If I just like to show the can hit stuff. That's pretty good counter hit damage. There's also stuff like counter hit jump D is very good. This is really good. This is like super high damage. This will actually kill most characters. I won't actually like fully kill, but it'll. It's really feels bad, man, if you get caught by this in the corner, like meter. Mix it up.
It's not over yet.
Yeah. I can make it high as well. Oh, maybe I didn't make it higher, but yeah, that's just like, woo! Don't get count hit near the corner in a situation like that. So that's the thing with Chip. He's got a lot of like. There's nothing you can say is like all of his stuff is really good. You can't be like, oh, he's got like, you know, he's bad in these certain situations. The only thing he's really bad at is risk versus reward, because it really hurts. If you fuck up his Chip, it really hurts. The only thing I can say is he doesn't get OK off everything. Yeah. So if I do something like this, that's like my damage, yeah? And then we're back to neutral. But there are some combos that I can do. So, yeah, get better at this one. Yeah. He does have a lot of options. Like, that's the thing. He has so much control, but there are good... First of all, the tools that mess me up, the few things that mess me up is his patience. Because... I'll show you this. So, let's just say I've got shit blocking or stuff like this. If I don't get a 2D knockdown, or like any sort of, you know, combo for damage, if you're just blocking all this stuff and I get a throw, I can't do anything off this throw. This is all I can do. Just safe jump. I can also do this mix up. I could do this. This is kind of hard to do. God, this is just going to be insanely hard to do. I'm going to do this mix up. 50 meter. I don't do it yet. But yeah. So off throw, unless he gets command grab, like he's not. When he opens you up, he's not gonna get much. Like off command grab, I get stuff going. So that's a good start. Yeah, if you just push me out, because I can run out, you can FT me out. If you counter poke and give me an opportunity to knock down, then I can run my bullshit. But if I get a throw, like I can't do a whole lot of it. It's pretty weak, tricky wise. The other thing is his corner game. So second of all is his mix-up options like this are like very weak, and they're weak because they're blitzable. That's always blitzable. That's why you don't see them as much anymore. I might be thinking, oh, what if I bait it? Well, if I bait it, then I've lost all my momentum, and if I don't bait it, I take a shit ton of damage. Or I don't even take a shit ton of damage. I take a fair amount. I lose all my momentum. I've got to kind of hold it, because if I fuck up on the blitz wall, I'm going to take a shit ton of damage. And I'm probably going to get knocked down. And that's like scary for Chip. Chip will die immediately. So blitz is a very good option in situations like this. Maybe not so much in the corner. But yeah, these situations like this, they shouldn't be. If the Chip does this and gets away with it without you blitzing, that's a bad thing. Shouldn't be blitzing it. I also can't do stuff like this. I can't do stuff like. I can't go low because if you OS that with the throw, it's gonna get a knockdown. I do have answers against you mashing shit. Let's just say I get knocked down like this. I can catch you like that and I'll be counting it because you mash and throw. I can fall from that, but if so, mash throw isn't always the best option, but going low for a Chip isn't always the best option either because you can be thrown really easily. So most of the time, blitz is just going to destroy a lot of options. Another thing is you won't. You're not always going to. You used to see a lot more corner Oki because corner Oki was like super strong, but now it's a lot more reactable if you practice it. So. This for damage. Like you just see Chips going for damage more than Oki. The best way for me to say, I think the two things that I bully people with is teleports because they don't react to them. Well, three things actually. First of all, people let me bully them with teleports because they don't punish them or react to them. Like maybe they react to them but they don't punish them, and I just can keep doing it over and over and resetting pressure. The second thing I do is I reset a lot of people in the air, and then I go for like a 6H, and if that 6H lands, that's 200 damage. And it's super easy if people don't react to it. So I tech trap a lot of people with air throw because they're like mashing tech. This is another thing, like I don't even need to go for 6H, like I could just tech throw you. And I can get a knockdown, and an air throw knockdown. Well, a ground throw knockdown is pretty bad, and air throw knockdown is really good for Chip. He gets really good stuff off air throw. The third thing is people mashing. If people mash in my repression and my strings without proper defense, if they're not using FD or they're not, if they're trying to press a button, then I'm going to probably frame trap them and I'm probably going to get a knockdown. And that's when I get scary again as a Chip player. So you got to be like careful of that. Sometimes just taking, like, you can be really patient. You can just be really patient and take the throw because I'm not going to be as scary with the throw. It's really hard for me to open you up. Like I could 6k RC, I could command throw, or I could throw. But yeah, I wouldn't say another thing is, so in terms of options, my teleports are like really greedy. If like I was versing a good player, they would just, they just air throw me. They destroy me for using teleports. if I verse some more experienced players, they won't get tech trapped at all. Like they're a lot better at teching. So every time I go for a throw or a 6-8, they'll just tech it properly, and they won't get punished. If I go for pressure, they're very patient and they react to my command throw by jumping out and running away and dashing away. Or they'll even they'll just like turn around and air throw me. The top players do that. But yeah. I know it's fine. You want advice, and this is like, if people want advice on normal matches, I can, as long as they're not like better than me, and they're probably not going to be able to take the advice, then I'll give them advice. If you want something to look at, I'll find it again, but there's a VOD of a bunch of strong players from Japan. They played a tournament, and in the winners final, I think was Daru versus Samito. And I can link you that in a few minutes after I've got this started. I've got this wrapped up. And so you can look at some of that. Anyways, apart from that, I think that's all for tonight. I'll upload this and give it to some people, whoever's around. GG guys. No, that's alright. Doesn't matter if it's run long. 3.5 hours is fine, to be honest. I started it late anyways. Alright, GG guys.